shoots, he scores! Michael Ryder and the Montreal Canadiens have defeated the Carolina Hurricanes 6-5 to take a 2-0 series lead on the road.
This is a severe weather update from the WRAL Weather Center.
Hi folks, Greg Fischel here in the WRAL Weather Center. I've got something interesting to show you on the HD Viper. It's Raleigh's first Category 5 hurricane, and it's headed straight for the RBC Center. Frankly, I've never seen a hurricane form so quickly or move so fast. Folks, this is not a test, this is not a drill. A direct hit is imminent. You should take cover right now to protect yourself.
Thanks, sweetie.
Here's a grab by Stahl. In front, Ricky scores! Mark Ricky! Man, that's good!
Oh, hit the post!
Back up the wing, turning along, and a shot was a rebound! Oh! Save on Torres by Ward! Getting back across to Williams! Score!
As the Carolina Hurricanes embarked on a new NHL season, there didn't seem to be much cause for optimism. Most so-called experts had predicted they would finish near the bottom of the NHL, but that provided plenty of incentive for the entire organization.
A lot of people had picked them out of the mix in terms of making the playoffs, so they had a lot to prove.
We've been picked at the start of the season, like fifth from the bottom or bottom, depending on who you were talking to, which genius picked us to go down there.
There's a quote by some reporter at the very beginning of the year that we kind of remembered. There are a lot of bad teams in the Southeast Division, but Carolina promises to be the worst.
I think the biggest thing was the mindset that Peter Laviolette and the coaching staff implemented from day one of training camp that we've never seen before in our organization.
If they just score on a 3-on-3, 15 push-ups, okay? No 3-on-3 goal. You let up 2 out of 3, you do 15. Here we go.
And the boys ended up clicking very closely with one another and playing for one another.
From day one, we tried to put in these team-building ideas, whether it was family days at the rink where you could bring your children or go out in the woods and you get on these ropes courses and there's a facilitator that comes in and kind of guides you through the day in the woods.
Is this all right here?
You know, you always fight hardest for the people you care the most about. And if the organization is all pulling in the same direction and everybody cares about each other, then it makes it just more of a snowball that just keeps gathering steam and speed and harder to stop.
We had a lot of new faces on the team as we've changed it over, and we needed to bring it together as quick as we could. And his team building and his game plan has really made it fun for the players to play.
You gotta have more than that. You should be leaving me freaking 10 feet behind you.
I knew right from day one When they assembled this team, we had a great team and kind of under the radar team. We brought in players that not big names, but can all play.
The rest of the league found that out right from the start.
We were able to add some good free agents in Whitney and Stillman and Tverdovsky and fill in some of the holes. It really came together very nicely.
It's all Carolina again. Stand him up! What a save! Martin Gerber!
Let him rip, Cully, let him rip!
What a bomb by Matt Cullen!
Go at him!
Brindamore closing, walking in, score!
Before we knew it, we're in first place and continuing to roll and ride.
Way to keep fighting in there. No problem, boys. Here we go.
Moving in a chance for Stillman. They score!
Billy, no love.
They needed to win early this year, and boy, have they ever delivered.
Be dynamic, be great, all right?
This is the best start in franchise history.
There was expectations amongst us in that room that to be a great team, and I think that Coach Laviolette really brought that attitude in here of wanting to be the best. And you know, the points start piling up when you do good things.
No player had a greater hand in Carolina's surge than Eric Stahl.
21 years old, and he's good.
And now Eric Stahl, he scores! Eric Stahl comes through big time.
Here comes Stahl now, he can win it. Stahl shoots, scores! And Carolina wins it in a shootout.
Great player to watch, and he's been one of the reasons, obviously, we are where we're at. It's because he's so good.
I'm a big man. I'll tip him in there. Shoot it! Weeksy, how did you save that one?
So got to keep his head level-headed.
Oh my goodness, Kevin!
Without pumping his tires too much.
Oh, does this young star ever do it with style?
Get out! Wow! Hey, great look.
The first word that came to mind is unbelievable.
He scores! What a goal! Hey, what do you say, Eric Stahl?
I don't think this organization would have thought he was this good this quick, but it's certainly been a pleasant surprise for them, I'm sure. It's been a very big surprise and a welcome surprise for us.
Stahl has done it again!
Every day when he goes out there and plays, he can be an impact player. We're excited for him because, you know what, he's getting a lot of recognition, and that's a great thing.
Eric Stahl is really separating himself as a star in this league.
I don't think coming into this season, I would have envisioned what's gone on, but it's been definitely exciting and thoroughly enjoyable for myself and I think for our whole team, and we need to keep it going.
Eric Stahl continues to be the man for the Carolina Hurricanes.
While Stahl represents Carolina's present and future, the team took time out to salute its past. Former captain and all-time leading scorer Ron Francis became the first Hurricane to have his number immortalized.
It was truly an honor and a privilege to play in front of you. Each game I was proud to put on that Hurricane sweater, and now I am honored that it will be present over the ice each time this franchise plays in front of you great fans. For all of this, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much.
Just 2 days after the ceremony, General Manager Jim Rutherford brought another high-scoring center to Carolina.
We're fortunate to have a very good owner. Peter Karmanos said that, if we had the opportunity to get a good player, like a Doug Waite, we should go forward and do that.
Not a lot of people were convinced that Carolina was going to have a good year, but I just saw the points keep racking up, and I was very excited about trying to fit in here and making them even deeper. It was an easy decision to come to this city and this team.
It was a great time for the organization. It was when Ronnie's jersey went up, that was the very first time that it happened there. You move on to the next step, and it was Doug Waite.
Waite up top, holding on to that puck, shooting one, they score! That puck had eyes, baby! Dougie Waite finds a way to get it done.
It showed us that, the front office and the guys upstairs think we can win. They believe in us, and that goes a long way.
Whitney hits a seam, Dougie Waite scores!
Waite was a perfect fit for the Canes' relentless style.
Wow, what a play!
Speed, here we go! Speed!
play a very up-tempo game and it's exciting to watch.
Carolina's a team of speed. We're talking serious speed here.
One thing that we do is we force teams to skate with us, and it makes for an up-and-down game that moves pretty quick.
Stolzy with you! Stolzy!
The style of play that they use, this very attacking, aggressive, puck pursuit, puck possession style that seems to suit itself to the way the game is played now.
They forecheck hard. Their defensemen jump in the rush. This is a very dangerous, well-coached club.
We brought a system in that wants the D jumping and skating, wants the forwards buzzing, and that's the kind of team we have.
We gotta work here, boys. We gotta keep working. Stanley on deck. Speed, work.
When you put that all together, you know, it was a good chemistry for winning.
I think that the fans have really enjoyed coming to the RBC Center this year and watching this team play.
Eric Cole in the zone, and the slot still make. Oh, the fly! Oh, mercy! What a goal! That's hockey, baby!
Now we're starting to get some respect, and I think that's a good feeling. We're now a team to be reckoned with.
The Carolina Hurricanes, for the second time this year, have won 9 games in a row.
But in early March, the Canes were dealt a devastating blow. Eric Cole suffered a fractured vertebrae, a potentially career-threatening injury.
Eric Cole was a dominant player when he got injured. One of our best players and maybe one of the best players in the league. Anytime you lose a player like that, it's going to be a setback.
It was a huge loss, not just an injury, but the type of injury it was very tough to swallow.
We did have a sense or a worry that there could be an effect of his absence on the direction of our team.
I had heard rumblings that at that point that Jim Rutherford was going to try to get Mark Recchi. I don't know if he would have done it if Eric hadn't gotten hurt. He still may have. That certainly pressed his hand to do so.
To give that added kind of mental boost of, here's Mark Recchi, do with him what you want, make him part of the team, and go forth.
My boy, Recchi!
To see the look in Rod Brindamore's eyes when he got the word that at the deadline that Mark Recchi had become a Carolina Hurricane was pretty darn cool.
It's almost automatic we go behind there. You know what I mean? Like, it's automatic, we're throwing it back there, so we don't want to be too close.
This might be my last crack at it to be a Stanley Cup contender again and to even get into that situation. And I'm going to try and take full advantage of it, enjoy it, and see how long we can take this ride.
Doug Waite and Mark Recchi, I think all of us as players were pretty proud of the fact that they wanted to come to Carolina and help us continue the quest to go for that Stanley Cup.
Although the Canes enjoyed a wildly successful regular season, they remained focused on their final goal.
We've had a good year, but ultimately, can you do it in the playoffs to play for that Stanley Cup?
I always thought the hardest thing was getting into the playoffs. You know, it is a grind to get there, and whether you finish first or eighth, it really doesn't matter. We've accomplished that, and now there's only one thing left to do, and that's win it all.
The RBC Center in Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina. One of the most famous teams in hockey history, the Montreal Canadiens, and one of the best teams, the Carolina Hurricanes, this first-round playoff series.
The Canes' quest for playoff respect began against the 7th-seeded Montreal Canadiens, a team they swept in the regular season. 50 seconds into Game 1, it appeared that trend might continue.
Cullen, number 8 for the Hurricanes, in on Surrey, cuts to the net, and is backhanded, he scores!
When Carolina scores first this year, 36 wins and 3 losses. I wonder if that's a sign of the evening.
But Montreal was determined to prove that come playoff time, regular season stats no longer mattered.
Right into the blue line. Julian snaps a shot, he scores! Neurotic Bong finds an opening, takes a shot, he scores! And the Canadiens lead 2-1. Out of the penalty box is Nicholas Sundstrom. He's headed for the net. Poke check by Martin Gerber, and they bank one in. Surrey shoots and scores, and another one beats Gerber, and Sheldon Surrey has made it 6-1 Montreal.
The first one, yeah, they just really outplayed us, did everything right.
Montreal Canadiens have served notice that this isn't going to be easy for Carolina.
That game was a total disarray. The Canadians were well prepared in many facets, but the biggest thing was they were ready to play a sound defensive game, which gave the Hurricanes a big problem.
A problem that only got bigger in Game 2.
Here's Boulos on a breakaway, scores! Markov takes a screenshot, knocked down by Ward, another shot, they score!
Nothing went right. I mean, the Canadians jumped right on him.
Hangs onto the puck, spins and deals to the net and scores! Another long one floats by Martin Gerber, and it's 3-0 Montreal.
Montreal have got Carolina in an awful spot now.
The Canadians put a real scare into the Hurricanes.
Is Cam Ward coming in? And the answer is yes.
Well, Cam Ward makes his first appearance in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and it's already 3-0 for the Montreal Canadiens.
And the 22-year-old got thrown right into the fire.
Rivet with some room takes the shot. Great save by Cam Ward. Kovalev stick handle shoots. Cam Ward stopped him. Another shot by Markov and a great save by Cam Ward. He's done his job.
You know, I don't blame Gerbs at all. He was just some bad bounces. But the fact that we bring in a new guy and right away he was awesome. You know, it was kind of like, whoa. And it kind of gave us a little wake-up call, but more than anything, confidence.
With newfound life, the Canes battled back. Their captain led the way.
One penalty's over. It's a 5-on-4, and they score. Brindamore.
And you can see by the fans the Carolina Hurricanes are back in the hockey game.
The right-handed shot down low, centering pass, they score. Here they come again. Rod Brindamore forced in behind the net. Wraparound, he scores. Brindamore's second.
Well, if you watched the first period of this game, you wouldn't believe what's gone on in the second and early in the third.
And this game is headed for sudden death overtime.
Cam Ward and fellow rookie goalie Cristobal Huet weren't fazed by the spotlight as they traded game-saving stops in overtime.
And the first overtime ends, it's still 5-5.
A little scary at times, but it's a great game, and we'll go at it again here.
Canadians score the goal. They go up 2-0 heading home. Hurricanes scored. They tie this 1-1. Hustles to the puck. Higgins for Ryder. He shoots. He scores. Michael Ryder. And the Montreal Canadiens have defeated the Carolina Hurricanes 6-5 to take a 2-0 series lead on the road.
It was tough. I mean, the playoffs just started. You finish an 82-game season where you work hard for the entire season. You finish second in the conference, and you're down 2-0 going to Montreal in the first round. And you know, it seemed like the end of the road was just around the corner.
And the Montreal Canadiens have got Carolina by the throat right now.
Heading to a hallowed hockey city with their season on the brink, Peter Laviolette needed to make a critical decision.
Martin Gerber had been so strong for us all year, and things just didn't go his way in the first 2 games, but we got a lot of faith in both of our goaltenders, and Cam got in there and played in Game 2. He looked real good. I remember skating around the ice the next day and just talking to him and saying, "Are you ready to go up in Montreal?" He says, "I waited my whole life for this."
Carolina Hurricanes have placed their playoff fate in the hands of a 22-year-old rookie from Sherwood Park, Alberta. Cam Ward gets his first ever playoff start tonight.
You know, I was just excited to get the opportunity to play, and when you get an opportunity like that, you want to make the best of it.
If you're not ready for a hockey game in this atmosphere, there's no hope.
Feeding off their fans, the Canadiens went on the attack.
Landed on a shot, stopped by Ward. Sundstrom with Higgins. Sundstrom with a shot. Cam Ward, a big save, twice.
I was nervous for him, thinking, oh man, what a position for this kid. And he's just like giving me winks at the faceoff. And I'm like, this isn't right here. I'm the one's nervous. I was just like, this kid's calming me down. I couldn't even move.
Kovalev makes it deep, takes a shot. Ward the save, rebound. Oh, what a save by Ward. He just robbed Mike Ribeiro.
Here's a chance for Kennett. What a save! Cam Ward with a dandy.
He should be charged with robbery with that stop.
Ward was playing the game of his life, but the Canes' offense was denied on the other end, and they found themselves down by 1 heading into the third.
I think it just kind of as a team, it was just, you know what, we've worked too hard. We've worked too hard. We've had too good of a year to come in and lose our first 2 games at home and then lose in Montreal.
The ability to turn it on, obviously, as we found out, was not there, so we really regrouped. We rallied behind our captain, obviously, Roddy Brindamore, who led us and led us well.
Roddy Brindamore once again leads Carolina. 8:33 left to go in regulation time, and the Hurricanes have tied it. What a huge goal.
And thanks to Cam Ward, who wouldn't let the Canadians get any insurance, the Hurricanes still have a chance. And Game 3 is headed for sudden death overtime.
The next goal wins the game. It'll put Montreal up 3-0 or 2-1.
What a swing.
You're not kidding.
And it didn't take long for a hero to emerge.
Again, this way it's headed in. Up top with Stahl, a shot.
Eric Stahl has scored. She's a series now. The Carolina Hurricanes win it in overtime.
Well, how about that? A lot like the idea of our season. It was proving something to ourselves. Proving to ourselves that when you play a unified game as a group, you can achieve a lot. And that was going into a Hornets' nest in Montreal, one of the loudest buildings in the league, playing against a team who's definitely on an upswing in terms of momentum. And to step in there and come away with an overtime victory, that's deflating to the direction of the other team.
For Cam Ward to come in having not played at all, really, in the last month of the season is just absolutely remarkable. Game 3 against the Montreal Canadiens was one of the most dazzling performances off the shelf that I've ever seen as a former goaltender.
It's been, a dream come true. You couldn't ask for a better fitting than having your first NHL playoff start in Montreal and have the atmosphere that it was. But it only would have been fitting if we were able to win. Unfortunately, we were able to do so.
He just took us on his back in that Montreal series, and that's what you need.
With Ward manning the nets, Carolina played with newfound confidence.
To Stahl, he shoots, he scores!
And rolled off 4 straight, clinching the series in dramatic fashion.
Canadians on a change. Corey Stillman takes a shot, he scores! What a shot! Corey Stillman from just inside the blue line. The Carolina Hurricanes, led by a 22-year-old goalie who's won his first 4 playoff starts ever, have eliminated the Montreal Canadiens. He's living the dream.
Standing in the way of that dream were the red-hot New Jersey Devils. The Devils were riding a 15-game winning streak, but the Canes were hoping history would repeat itself. In 2002, it was another backup goalie, Kevin Weeks, that led the Hurricanes over the Devils and propelled them all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. This year, their hopes rested on another backup goalie.
The big story in that series for me was Cam Ward. Cam Ward against his idol, his boyhood idol, Marty Brodeur at the other end. It was a great drama throughout.
It was just a thrill for myself to have the opportunity to play on the same ice as Brodeur. Just growing up, watching him as a kid and knowing the resume that he has with 3 Stanley Cup rings was exciting for myself.
Third ever series between New Jersey and Carolina. Back in 2001, the Devils prevailed. 2002, it was the Hurricanes. They split their 4 regular season games.
We as a group realized that we weren't going to get any help from anybody. It's a team on the other side that's got 15 or 16 straight wins. 16 wins in a row, you've got such a level of confidence in your game that it's tough to shake it.
But it was the Devils whose confidence would be shaken as Ray Whitney started the scoring.
Return pass, side of the net, in front, score! Brad Lukovich and Ray Whitney as the icebreaker in Carolina.
And it didn't stop there as Game 1 turned into a romp.
Now that's goaltending by a 22-year-old. Martin Brodeur has simply seen enough today.
We knew it wasn't going to be easy, and we got ourselves ready to play and came out and made a statement in Game 1 to kind of snap their streak.
We knew that if we played the way we were supposed to play and capable of playing, that we would do some good things against that hockey club.
You just had a storybook beginning to the series that led to the even more storybook Game 2.
Then to Elias, then to Langenbrenner, he scored!
What a goal. Oh, what password. What a goal. Devils lead 1-0.
Game 2 would be a tense, hard-fought contest.
On the carom shot from Ray Whitney, and a
But in the game's final minute, the Devils seemingly scored the knockout blow.
With 20.7 to go, Scott Gomez was at the front of the net, and the drilled shot by Parise found its way in.
But the Canes weren't done yet.
15 to go, Lukowicz back, pulled it away from the onrushing Daniels, thrown in front, and a shot that went loose and kicked to the corner. Played back on the corner, still they battle. It's Whitney feeding one, and Stillman shot one, centering pass, they score with 3 seconds to go!
That moment, those final 30 seconds of that game was something that you just don't see. You don't see that kind of momentum swing. One of the most amazing things I've seen. It's still one of the greatest games I think that's been played in this building.
The Hurricanes couldn't have scripted it any better. I still think that among all the miraculous goals that you need to win a Stanley Cup throughout 4 series, that one probably had the divine intervention of the hockey gods.
And the hockey gods would smile again in overtime.
Across to Pauline, moving on in, Pauline scores!
Had a good one there in game 2. I mean, you don't see that every day. A little fortunate there, but you got to be lucky to be good sometimes. And we did a good job against New Jersey.
The Hurricanes continued to roll, finishing the Devils off in 5 games. Carolina now advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals, and Cam Ward savored the sweetest moment of his young career.
Brodeur said the way Cam Ward's playing, he's my idol.
The way the series ended, and to have the opportunity to shake his hand and meet him for the first time was pretty exciting. He just wished me well and said go all the way, and I just expressed to him that in my eyes, I thought that he was the best.
Really, they were in control of the Devils series from the very beginning through the last moment of Game 5.
Carolina had reached the Eastern Conference Finals, but their next opponent promised to be formidable. The Buffalo Sabres were the biggest surprise in a year full of surprises. They were young, fast, and hungry for a berth in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Everything about these teams was like a carbon copy. You'd ask people what the differences were, and they couldn't come up with anything.
Both teams play identical styles. Both teams can skate really well. They're great transitionally. They're good in the middle of the ice.
Both goaltenders were rookies. There would be a big test to see how Cam Ward would fare against Ryan Miller.
We really, really had a lot of respect for their talent. So our mindset was, this is for the Cup. This is going to be the toughest series to date.
It was just going to be a will of who would survive that series.
You had to have your best, and you had to make sure you were ready to play that game, because if you weren't, you were going to be left in the dust.
Hit him! Hit him! McKee crosses now. Shoot! He scores! Jay McKee!
Buffalo came in Game 1, and they immediately grabbed home ice advantage.
I almost said it was a title fight. They won a round, we won a round.
Hands it over to Caberlet. Drive, score!
Reaches for it, saved by Wesley.
Run him, Nicky, run him! The outside now, it is Cullen setting up. Whitney for the goal!
Carolina, as their power play went, so too did they. Game 2, when they tied the series, they had a couple of power play goals. Game 3, Buffalo had a couple, Buffalo won.
And just like any heavyweight fight, you're not going to win every round. You're going to have to take some blows.
Momentum meant nothing. One team would go out and they'd out-hit the other team, and the next game it would flip completely.
Hey, can't stay up on your feet? What happened there?
It was just sort of a traditional, nasty playoff series. You just don't see those that much anymore.
Comes back to Hennigan, right side stall in the circle. He shoots, he scores!
Carolina dominated Game 4. They shut out the Sabres 4-0 and tied the series at 2. Martin Gerber's stellar performance in this game and strong relief appearance in Game 3 earned him the start for a pivotal Game 5. The winner would have 2 opportunities to clinch a berth in the Stanley Cup Finals. Despite the home ice advantage, it was the Sabres who took early control of the game.
It's turned over to Roy, and the shot. Score! Derek Roy!
Knocked away, now breaking in Ludman to the net, he fakes, shoots, and he scores! What a goal by the defenseman, Tony Ludman!
Buffalo now leads by 2, and we're going to have a goaltending change.
When I think back when I'm a little older about the series against Buffalo, not only was it a war, but it was a psychological battle amongst the coaches.
We were absolutely terrible at that point as a team, and I think Lavi did it more than anything just to kind of wake the rest of us up, saying, listen, you know, we left the guy high and dry here. Let's change something up. It's kind of our wake-up call, you know, to go do something.
For whatever reason, it seemed to really push us, and you know, we're a team that seems to get stronger as it goes on.
Thrown behind the Wade. Recchi in front. Score! Doug Wade to Recchi.
Part of our identity as a team that we've gone through during the season, the habit of knowing that if you're down or you're up, you're still in the game if you're down. We can come back. We can make a game of it.
Anderle walks it on, hands it back across for Stone. Frame! Score! Tie game!
We battled back. We've been a third-period team the whole year, right from day one. And we get a chance in overtime.
Now Cullen with more room. Drive! Oh, deflected wide. Rebound in front. Score!
Get to bury one, and it was great.
To be able to get the lead in the series and to have such a timely goal really gave us, you know, a lot of confidence.
Buffalo put everything out there, and yet you guys still come out with the win. Do you feel you have the team on the ropes now?
I don't know if you get that at this point in the playoffs. I'll guarantee you that Buffalo will give everything they got. It'll be up to us to make sure that we realize we've got to go into Buffalo and get a win. They'll be ready to play. We've got to make sure that we're ready to play. When everybody knows what's at stake now, it's a trip to the finals to play for the Cup.
The Sabres were indeed ready for the challenge. They carried a 1-0 lead deep into the third. Again, Carolina would mount a comeback.
Batted down by Stillman. Pass out. Top of the circle. Wait. Left side. Hennigan with a shot. He scores! Brett Hennigan, with 3:53 to go in the third period, has tied the game at 1.
They played very well at home, and we got through it, you know, unscathed. We were tied, you know, going into OT, and we felt like it was faithful. We're going to win this game, and I went out and, you know, you're excited. I was going to try to lay a good hit on Pominville there against the boards. I made a poor decision.
It'll be Doug Wade going off as Buffalo will get a man advantage in overtime.
Wade's penalty proved disastrous.
Fitzpatrick, left side, Briere, left circle, he shoots, saves, and it goes in! It goes in! Briere scores! Buffalo wins! And the series is going 7!
I told the team I was sorry, and I put them in a vulnerable spot as a team, and what we've been working for, you know, 9 months. I promised them it wouldn't go down the drain without me having a great Game 7.
The Sabres had pushed Carolina to the limit. Game 7 would require all the passion, poise, and discipline the Hurricanes had left. Their captain made sure they were focused for the challenge ahead.
You know, the minute I see that Rod's got a meeting up 10 minutes before mine, I took mine off the board because they should really only hear his voice at that point.
He stands up and he says, we're together, and we're the better team, and we are going to do it for each other.
To say that we're coming down to one game, would you want to be in a better situation? And no. And so at this point, if you have a level of apprehension or fear of this game, you shouldn't.
I've had lots of other captains through my years, and what Roddy Brind'Amour has done with this team this year and through the course of this playoff run is something that I've never seen within a leader of a team.
It's inspirational. Every guy on this team answers the bell, and that's why we're here. We answer his instruction.
If the Hurricanes took their captain's words to heart, it didn't show at the start of Game 7.
Plays it behind the net for Hesh. Hesh pass, deflected, goes in! The unbelievable Buffalo Sabres have taken a 2-1 lead.
That could have been a backbreaker. You know, we were playing a pretty decent game, and all of a sudden we're down.
The second intermission throughout the season is just incredible. It's, all right, we dug ourselves another hole, but we're the best team in the league in the third period. It's the same story that's said between periods, and it's almost like you almost smile when Pete's saying it, but he comes in and says, we're going to get it done. Let's do it.
And it's Ladd, chased off by Tanek, taking it as Whitney. Bedford in front! Score! Doug Wade has tied the game!
I know he felt bad about what happened in Game 6. I know he was angry about what happened in Game 6. But the great thing about the playoffs is redemption's always right around the corner.
The teams battled through the final period as they had the entire series, each looking for that one goal that would end the struggle.
Giveaway to Mayer. Backhander save, Cam Ward. Oh, a pass ahead. Kevin Adams able to get by. Shot it wide. Good attack for the Sabres right now. Then Stahl with a shot. Knocked down in front by the defense. Scramble for it there. Coming by Brendan Moore. He scores!
For Roddy to get that big winner, that was obviously very important, and you know, it just signifies what he's done for this hockey club all year.
With time expiring, Carolina would deliver the knockout blow.
And a chance for Williams swooping back in. Here's Williams beating in front. Brendan Moore can't get it home. Backhander score!
We never had any doubts and made that commitment throughout the whole year that it wouldn't matter what was going to happen to us. Nothing was going to shake us, nothing was going to rattle us, and we were going to find a way.
But now they're trying to call some more of their teammates to come over. And look at the team surround the conference championship trophy, but I haven't seen one touch it just yet.
All year it's been about this team. But it's not about one guy, and I didn't want to be the guy to be standing there looking like taking credit for something that it was everyone had a part in. It's a special team because that's the feeling that every guy has.
Tattoo last weekend and made the cup.
Welcome to the tailgate of the Hurricane girls. This is where all the wives and girlfriends meet up right before the games. We have a spread that nobody can beat. We've got all kinds of dips and chips, and I don't even know half the names of the stuff. All I know is it has to come.
Representing oil country in rally. Woo!
Let's go Hurricanes! Go Oilers! Go Oilers! Let's go Canes! Again. Let's go Canes!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals here at the RBC Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's the Edmonton Oilers, the first number 8 seed to ever advance to the Stanley Cup Finals, taking on the Carolina Hurricanes, who are in the finals for the second time in the last 4 seasons as they try to bring the Stanley Cup to Tobacco Road.
Obviously, for me personally, it's been a long time, and you know, a lot of guys don't even get one opportunity, and this is a second opportunity for me to get another cup. And you know, the biggest thing from when I was young is now I look at everything and watch all the guys, how they're reacting, and you know, how they feel, and it's that's the funnest part for me.
I firmly believe, and I know all of you do, that it is in our destiny. It is in our destiny, and more importantly, it's in our control. We control it. We're dialed in, we're focused, we're physical, we're prepared. Right from the drop of the puck, we get the cup at the end. Let's make sure we get it.
The headlines in the local papers claim the Hurricanes are no longer the upstart team. They fully expect to capture the Stanley Cup. Well, someone here in Raleigh should check out these Oilers from Edmonton. This is a ready bunch from Alberta, so this should be a fast, exciting series. And we're about set to go in this first game of the best of 7, the Stanley Cup Final. And the play starts very quickly. Commodore, he's got a man breaking stall. Drive by Commodore is off of the goalkeeper. And that one is turned aside, and a good play by Dwayne Rollison. His first challenge is a big one. Played low, and Ryan Smith sent flying by Mike Commodore. Bodies are really flying. Williams tried to get to the front, rolled off his stick. He collided with Rollison. Outlet it on now for control. Fernando Pisani, one of the big heroes of this playoff run for Edmonton with 9 goals. Back now, Torres again can't tie it up. Pisani flattened Brindamore. Here's the puck into for loose puck. They score! Fernando Pisani got a rebound off Cam Ward, and the Oilers have scored the first goal of the championship series. 1-0 Edmonton.
The Oilers were hitting full stride early, leaving Carolina a step behind. The Hurricanes' heart was all that kept them in Game 1.
Hey, we
We kill, boys! Cross played there by Hemsky, right back to Pronger again. Spot check a shot. Oh, and that hurt the defenseman, Wesley. Second time he's shaken up, yes. Fed across, spot check a shot, it went wide.
Wesley can hardly move, Mike. They need to find a way to get the puck out of the zone. He needs to change.
It's over for Spacek, and that one hit him, and he gets to the bench, and the puck to center.
Oh, the fans respond for Wesley's efforts.
A pass in front and swatted away by a diving Commodore, and clear. Workhoff in front, shot blocked.
They've saved the game for their hockey club, or Edmonton could have 2, 3, even more goals with all the power play time they had.
Past the halfway mark of the second, and still just 1 goal in the game. Oilers own it, and a good play at center by Morrow. Getting the pass in, and Morrow, the backhander stop. Rebound! They fire away at it. Larac is there and around the net he goes. Centered it, and can't jam it through the crowd.
It'll be a penalty shot. Whoa, baby!
All right, here's Pronger picking it up at center. In across the line, Pronger shoots, scores! Chris Pronger on a penalty shot, and the Oilers have a 2-0 lead, and there's jubilation at the Oilers bench. And kept alive with that at the half boards. Oh, score! A ripper from the sideboards by Ethan Morrow. Changed direction in front and popped into the net. A wrist shot that has made it 3-0 in favor of Edmonton.
It did not seem like any lead was insurmountable, and we could always find a way to score goals, always find a way to keep plugging along and get that next goal. If it was 3-0, we've always said, if we get the next goal, we'll win the game. And the players believed in that. And I think when you believe you can do something, there's a good chance you can do it.
Mr. Brindamore comes to the forefront if he doesn't score, and if you don't believe in the hockey gods, he scores at 17-17 of the second period. Somebody is looking down on our captain, and that gave the Hurricanes the spark they needed to play a strong third.
Up a couple levels here. We got a lot more. A lot more.
I think for the Hurricanes, they've got to find some different players to score goals for them. Somebody else has to find offense aside just that one line at even strength for Carolina.
Here's in the Edmonton zone off the draw. Doug Waite scrapes it off the kick plate, digs out on the right wing, up across center, hits the line, spreads him out, gives to Windy a hot run, he scores! And we got a hockey game again.
Next goal. Hey, get the next goal now, boys. Get the next goal here. Keep pushing. There's Stahl. Charging up there well and heads for the net. Pass in front of the gate. Stop. Rebound.
In a row for the Hurricanes that were tied up at 3 at Bedlam here in Raleigh. Bedlam.
All day, Rolston. But still, it's up the grass. Good boy. Orkoff again floated one that's cut off by LaRose. Clears it along. Almost down. It'll be a break. Williams in all alone. Yeah! And the Hurricanes are ahead for the first time.
Carolina had taken the lead, but they hadn't taken the fight out of the Oilers.
Ward is out of the net. Pushed a little bit. The crowd won't like that. Ward falls, and the crowd doesn't like that. And Hemsky has the puck. It'll be back near the line where Pronger had to come in. Hemsky centered. Smith centered. Oh, what a save! I don't believe that one. I do not believe the goalie stopped it. And he did. That's the best I've seen in quite some time. That's a hell of a save. Attaboy, we got it now. We got it. Keep pushing, White. Push it in back. Keep going to the net here. Now to Stoll. Stoll in across the line. To Hemsky, ready to go. He scores! Big goal! Alas, Hemsky cuts in and went to the backhander. A power play goal, and it's a 4-4 hockey game. This game's still ours. Game's still ours. Come on, Red. Crosses, and he's got Ladd and gave it to him. Ladd run into the goal post, the goaltender by Bergeron.
This is a play that can really shake up a goaltender. And Rolison is the #1 guy, period.
All right, Dwayne, you okay?
Rolison gets injured, and you knew, I knew it was serious. You could see it on his face when he left the ice. The poor guy, Ty Conklin, you bring him in after sitting for the majority of the game, under 6 minutes left to go in regulation time. But, you know, it's a mistake that's very unfortunate. And Rod Brindamore is the guy to be in the right place. Again, kind of fitting that he be the guy. It always seems like it's destined to be him.
Long lead pass, he missed everybody, but out came Conklin to play it. He'll leave it for Smith in open, and they score! It's stolen, and Rod Brindamore threw it around the post. Oh, miscommunication by Ty Conklin with Jason Smith.
Kind of a fluke play behind the net, and the puck just kind of bounced out to me, and I don't know that it's ever happened before or anything like that. I can't remember a play like that, but that's a moment that we'll cherish because that was a huge goal.
One more face-off outside that Carolina blue line. Oilers have the net empty. Puck is dropped cleanly. Shot in there. Hemsky. Oh, what a great move. Look out. He's coming in. It's right up. And the rebound is grabbed behind the net. Hemsky got it in front. Hemsky again. Shot. Stop. Shot. This shot. Oh, my goodness. 3.8 seconds remaining. And Cam Ward does it again. Off the draw. Won by the Hurricanes. Blasted around by Ward. The game is over.
You know, it's a good example of just not giving up on the puck, and you got to see some pure desperation, I guess. You know, Ryan Smith made a great pass where I kind of bit down and just out of pure desperation threw my glove out there and got a little bit lucky.
It wouldn't take much luck for Cam and the Canes to dominate a rusty UC Markkanen and the Oilers in Game 2.
The most important thing at this time of year is to eliminate their will to win. They got to convince the other team that it's too hard to win. They have to take it to them physically. They have to get in their minds that in order to win this series, it's just going to be too tough. If you can eliminate their will to win at this time of year, you got an excellent chance of winning the series.
Shutout bid going for Cam Ward.
Cam Ward keeps doing this stuff, and he'll be thought of for the Conn Smythe Trophy.
How do you describe Cam Ward's play, specifically tonight?
He's just a rock, and I think just really feel comfortable when we score in front of that kid. He's been a great player in this league the last month. I just can't say enough about him.
So far, the Canes had lived up to their motto, relentless, a term coined by Coach Laviolette in honor of someone close to his heart.
Julia Rowe moved in 2.5 years ago, and she was battling leukemia then, and she went into remission, and everybody thought that, you could see the light at the end of the tunnel. About 10 days before the playoffs started, she found out that she had leukemia again. I was mad, I was upset and disappointed and wanted to do something, so I got together with the Carolina Hurricanes and started the Coach's Challenge to try and raise some money and some awareness to leukemia. She was in the hospital, and we got to see her, and she got to meet Eric Stahl and Mike Commodore and Aaron Ward, so it was real good time for her, but the biggest thing is trying to beat leukemia.
For someone like that to be going through what she is, it's so hard and you feel so bad, but I think for our team it's provided inspiration.
After Game 7 of that Buffalo series, he walked into the press conference area with the bottle of wine and it had the wristband on it. And it was just this amazing moment.
It went to the player tonight who best exemplified a relentless attitude. And what makes it special is a little girl signed it. So anyway, Rod Brindamore will get this award tonight.
Really what it did is it brought everything in perspective again. I think you get caught up in the games, you get caught up in, this is life or death, but it isn't, and I think that just really hit home to all of us.
You don't see that often in sports, It was really a moment where you were reminded why we all do this, that there's something else going on besides winning and losing. And, I think they'll sell a lot of that wine, which I hear is pretty good.
The Carolina Hurricanes are 2 wins away from having their names etched on the most storied trophy in all of sports.
Carolina holding a 2-game lead, the series shifted to Edmonton, where the cup-craving fans were hoping the ghosts of Rexall Place would add a spark to the Oilers.
The first Stanley Cup final game in Edmonton since 1990. New turf for battle. It's their turf.
Peter Laviolette said, don't be intimidated by the building. Make the same plays on the road that you do at home.
If the Oilers are to get back in the series, they have to win tonight.
With the city against them and the pressure on, the Carolina Hurricanes came out hard, looking to move 1 game closer to their dream. But it would be Edmonton who struck first.
Hemsky looking for a pass to Ryan Smith. Back to Hemsky. Hemsky now. Here's Spacek. Score! Spacek rips a shot by Cam Ward. It may have been deflected by Horkoff. The Oilers have a 1-0 lead.
Come on, let's go. Let's get back in this game.
Stanley, we need shots. Roddy, Stiller, Willie. Looks at the net.
Stillman flying based on the defenseman with another try. That's on the pad.
The left side of Stillman. Stillman with a lead and a breakaway. To Williams to the net. Save by Markkanen off his glove.
At the other end of the ice, the ever-confident Cam Ward was a stone wall in net, keeping the contest close.
Stolen drive. Now stop Ward. Scooped away. All alone in front. Pick and a great save by Ward. Moving in. Tries to get by on the back end. Rebound. He stopped that one. Turn shots on Ward. There'll be a penalty coming up. A 1-0 game. It's been that way for almost 2 hours.
Ward had shut the door. Now it was time for the captain to once again rise to the occasion.
Stillman center shot by Brindamore. Block. Rebound. Score! Rod Brindamore got his own rebound. The Hurricanes captain does it again.
But the celebration wouldn't last long. The Oilers would not let their own Stanley Cup dream die without a fight.
He got it now to Ryan Smith. In on the way for it. Back to Hemsky. Hemsky, a pass to Ryan Smith. The save, rebound, loose puck. They score! Ryan Smith somehow jammed it into the net. The Oilers have taken a 2-1 lead with 2:15 to go in the third period.
Hope that counts. I hope that counts.
And it's going to count.
And now we have a serious series.
They had not allowed a third period goal on the road in the playoffs, but they did allow one here. Ryan Smith got it with 2:15 to go. 2-1 Oilers. Hurricanes 2-1 in the series.
Come on, boys. That last game doesn't mean anything unless we win this one. Take control right from the opening draw, fellas.
The series is 2-1 Carolina. The scoreboard has zeros on it for now. How quickly will that first goal come?
Coming out, hitting. Obviously, that's the story for the Oilers.
Edmonton wants to wear off Carolina with physical play.
Stales kept it in. Oh, to get through the net. Another chance, all Edmonton here early.
Stepping ahead is Whitney. He's got a trailer. Kevin Adams. Whitney holds, crosses, drive, save, rebound. Get the shot away.
I was tired. We got into a little bit of a run and gun style game, and we were trading chances with them.
We weren't making the plays we needed to, and making some real mistakes that shouldn't be made.
Here's Samsonov. A back pass to Dvorak in front. They score! Samsonov! A spectacular play! 1-0 the Oilers lead.
That's a shot we don't want to give up.
If there is one thing about our team is we don't panic.
Stall from the point, left side. Carvalho in the circle. Centers across for a shot. They score! Corey Stillman with a one-timer from the right circle. Ties it at 1.
No scoring for nearly 9 minutes of the period, and now 2 goals in 29 seconds. It's a big lift for Carolina. It has to be.
Our power play scored a big goal to tie it, and we really seemed to build momentum.
Boy, Stiller, good stuff, buddy.
They scored the one time on the pass from here over to Stillman. Before it goes through you, we got to make sure that we're good and alert.
Come on, boys. We can meet the challenge.
Carolina's coming out a little stronger, it seems, here in the second period.
Pound, Dougie, attaboy. They're starting to run, boys.
Oilers have to turn it up now.
In across the line in front, Brindamore. Oh, Markkanen! UC Markkanen with the save of the series for the Oilers. Jason Smith to Pronger. His pass hit something, rose in front of the net. Stoll got it. Recchi scores! That's a big goal, boys.
I think a second goal and gain a lot of momentum from that. And we obviously got away from our system play, and they were able to capitalize.
Everybody, you can just feel it in the building right now. Everybody just very, very worried for their hockey club. They don't want to go to Carolina with Carolina having a chance to win the championship. They are playing for their Stanley Cup lives here in Edmonton.
Now it is brought back ahead by Rick Murray. He's got a man breaking Stales. Got it thrown out, directed wide on the backhand. Oh my! 2 seconds and one. Carolina has won the game. Big freaking win.
And the Carolina Hurricanes lead the series 3-1.
They were opportunistic when they had the chances to score. They scored and were able to get that lead and never look back. But at the same time, I don't think the series is over. It's 3-1, it's not 4-1.
Kevin, 1 to go.
The hardest one. I mean, that's where our leadership and that's where our veteran, guys in this room come into play, because it's going to be tough.
Back home in Carolina, Kevin Adams and the Canes tried to keep business as usual before attempting to capture Lord Stanley.
Can you say hello? Say hi. I'm sorry, sweetie. Door doesn't come off. Yes, I know. Daddy's gonna leave in a minute, okay? You gonna be a good girl tonight? Go to bed like a good girl. Can Daddy have a kiss? Hey, can Daddy have a kiss? How about a hug?
Tomorrow, come in May. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, there's always a day away.
Yeah, great job, Emmy. Wow, that was awesome.
Daddy, we're ready for the game.
Oh my goodness, you're right, Emmy. Thank you. I have it, yeah. Yeah. This is well, obviously it says whatever it takes, but it's a special coin that Coach Laviolette gave everyone in the team and the trainers and the staff. And if you don't have it and you get asked, you buy lunch for the team. So you always have to have it. But I think more than just the thought of buying lunch, it's you want to have it because you want to be able to look in there and see what it says, and it's what it's about this time of year. So it's kind of a special thing that we all have.
Okay, but honestly now, dead honest, would you have remembered if Emmy to give it to you?
Well, I don't know, because I don't know where it was. I probably would have, because I always put it right next to my keys and my phone, but I have, Coach, I'm sorry, but I have had a couple of days where I have forgotten it, and I didn't have it, and I was just hoping that I didn't get called, so, yeah. To me, I think you have to enjoy the days between games. You have to enjoy the morning skates. You have to enjoy the extra little things, and you know what? You get only a very few opportunities in your life to be in this situation. I think you need to soak it up. So good to see you. How are you? Doing okay? Yeah? You doing well? You feel a little more comfortable, I guess, with just everything, the amount of attention that's around it and how big the games are. So I think that experience helps. But in the back of your mind, being there once and then you lose, you just hope that you get another crack at it. You just really hope you're in a situation where you can finish it off, because I'll tell you, getting to the finals and going through the battles and doing everything there to get there and not finishing it is extremely difficult and tough. And so to be here now, it really, you just want to finish it.
Carolina leading the Edmonton Oilers 3-1 in the Stanley Cup Final. It is the first game with the potential of seeing the Stanley Cup presented.
Let's go, Hurricanes! Let's go, Hurricanes! The franchise is 26 seasons old, 9 in Carolina, so close they can taste it.
They've got the Stanley Cup in the back. It's all Polish stuff.
Will the Stanley Cup be presented at some point this evening? That question will be answered.
I honestly believed we were going to win the Cup that night.
The Oilers, of course, have other ideas. It is Rod Brindamore against Michael Pekka to start this game 5 off.
Torres back to Pronger. The shot scores! Chris Pronger just 16 seconds into game 5, and the Oilers have an early 1-0 lead.
Pisani's redirect moments into the game was just the start of a seesaw first period battle.
Heads the back, Recchi across, nicely to Stahl, and a shot is held, rebounding from Eric Stahl, tie game!
Push for that next one here, boys.
Taken by Whitney, drive, score!
2-1 Carolina, 2 power play goals, and Mike, they're 7 for 29 on the power play. In the series, Edmonton is 1 for 25. Big time difference.
But fighting to stay alive in the series, the Oilers' power play came to life.
Steve Stais has it. Now to Turnstrom to the left side. They score! Hinsky! And it's a 2-2 hockey game. The second power play goal of the series.
Here we go, here we go!
Out to the line, finds two of them open back there. It comes in close. And the shot score! Yeah! How do you believe what's going on here in the first period?
We played a very sloppy first period, gave up 3 goals, a lot of mental errors.
Man, do we look good out there.
But when the Canes came out for the second period, their young star grabbed back the momentum.
Stillman back to Whitney. One time to get at the net. He missed the net. The rebound to the post. Shoveled up by Stahl. He scores! Stahl somehow shoveled around the goal post again. How did that one go in? UC Market thought he had it frozen, but it was loose, and Stahl corkscrewed that one in at 9:56 to tie it up. What a play! Big goal!
The last 30 minutes saw each team play with reckless abandon, and Game 5 turned from a battle into a war.
Coming hard! Come on! Come on! They cannot handle us down there! Go get it!
Boy, they've been throwing punches, taking them, and coming back for more.
But the biggest hit of all was a huge blow to the Canes.
Doug Weight just got hurt. He's in bad shape. He's getting to the bench. He got tattooed. His shoulder, his arm is hanging down.
I knew as soon as he hit me, and I heard it kind of pop. I knew I was done, and it was, a rough feeling.
The war of attrition was taking its toll. With Wade out and Aaron Ward hurt since early in the first, Carolina's chance of hoisting Lord Stanley was in question this night, but their relentless attitude never wavered.
Just when we thought Carolina was running out of bodies, Aaron Ward pulls a Willis Reed, and he's back on the Carolina bench.
Incredibly, Ward would be hurt again minutes later, but no amount of pain could keep him out of the lineup so close to the finish line.
And the horn will sound, and we will have an overtime.
I want us outmanning them in front of the net. So when it does get back to the point, make sure we're going to the net. We almost scored right there at the end. This is the game we got to push through.
This is the 20th overtime game played this year in the playoffs out of 81. All but 4 of the previous 19 games have had power plays in overtime. Oh! Brought back ahead by Recchi. Recchi goes down, and penalty coming up.
Obviously, when they got the power play in overtime, you knew the series was over.
Coming hard, we know it.
We all know what happened then.
He nudges it ahead. Oh, it's stolen. Pastani is in alone.
Shoot, scores! Fernando Pastani, short-handed. The Oilers win it 4-3 in seventh overtime. We'll see you in Edmonton on Saturday night.
Hey, put Stanley back in the box. It's not over yet. The Oilers are alive and kicking.
Nobody wants to make mistakes, especially that cost you a hockey game, but I saw Eric coming with speed, and I thought if I could just lay it out to him.
Probably laid it a little softer than he had hoped, and I didn't make a good decision either. Made a good play coming at me right away and ended up putting it in and giving them life.
They can't play at that level. We're going back. They're tired, they're beat up, they're sore, they're disappointed. It's like we jump on them next game. Let's go!
The bottom line is that, we lost, and we were going back to Edmonton and going to try and find a way to win.
With momentum back on their side, the Oilers and their faithful were more than ready for Game 6.
These group of players you're looking at right now feel very confident that they will head back to Raleigh for Game 7.
For Carolina, they are still in the driver's seat. They're up 3-2 in this series.
And though an injury in Game 5 had sidelined one of their leaders, the Hurricanes had a player who couldn't wait to take his place.
After 3 months returning from a broken neck, powerful wing Eric Cole is back.
That is the Hurricanes trying to counter the loss of Doug Weight with a surprise amount of energy for their club. This is going to be some special game.
Shoving right off the bat, Torres and Commodore. There's the first hit of the game by Smith. That's a sign of things to come here in Game 6. Look out.
They came out and it was clear something was different.
That was one of the worst games we played as a team all year, let alone in the playoffs in a crucial situation.
I'm struggling. Skating in quicksand. No body response. I'm feeling great today.
Dominating physically, Period 2 saw Edmonton take over offensively as well.
Rebound back to Spacek. Then across it comes to Hemsky again. Gets it on to Pisani. Backhander. Score!
Pisani back to the point. Steo shoots. Scores! Rafi Torres deflects Pisani shot. 2-0 the Oilers lead.
Peter Laviolette is calling his team together, and he's telling them, you know how close you are to winning the Stanley Cup?
But nothing's gone right for them. They're getting out-skated and out-hit.
One thing about our team, there's always a lot of honesty. There was never any question as to whether we played good or whether we played bad. We had a real lousy game in Game 6.
And when they got blown out in Game 6 and just looked horrible, I mean, they just got bullied.
Oilers 4, Hurricanes nothing.
The 8th place team in the Western Conference are going to the 7th game of the Stanley Cup Final.
The truth of the matter is we played like crap.
We looked like we didn't have our legs. We didn't compete very well in the battles, which is disappointing. We seem to be off a step, or maybe two.
It's never been about an individual on this team. It's been about our team, and our team wasn't good enough tonight. We need to play better.
There's no question it was a disaster and that they had some work to do coming home for Game 7.
On a beautiful June day, young Cane fans played out their Game 7 fantasies, while the real Canes would have to move beyond the embarrassment of Game 6 and their physical ailments.
Aaron Ward right there was hit in Game 5. He was hit so hard that he went to the locker room. He was a head injury and he vomited, didn't know where he was, came back and played. Hardly remembers playing the rest of the game. The reason he came back, if he didn't, he had to take what they call a baseline test the next day, which would have meant concussion and you can't play. He would have been done, but he wanted to come back and play so he could play the rest of the series.
We had a lot of guys that are injured. They're just plain out injured. They wouldn't have played under normal circumstances. And he was one of them, the guy that pays the price and physically pays the price. And that comes with a lot of pain. And a lot of times, you know, you take yourself out of the lineup, but you can't in the playoffs. You certainly can't in the finals, and not if you want to be champions.
Now we're in the playoffs. It's throw everything on the table, go at it full tilt, pull out every cliche that's in the book, but this is what it's been all about for us. It is whatever it takes.
After Game 6 up in Edmonton, I was talking, you know, to my wife, and I said this probably was the best thing that ever could have happened to us, was getting really embarrassed.
We had a real lousy game in Game 6. Now our back is up against the wall, just like Edmonton's has been.
What has happened in the past is completely irrelevant. All that matters is the present and taking care of the next game.
For me, it's not always about momentum in the series or in the series that we had played. It was more about desperation. The team that was more desperate had the best chance of being successful.
I think when you got 25 guys that I think believe in each other like we do and like we did all year, it's a powerful thing to feel.
We knew going into Game 7, it may just come down to who wants it most.
We just were not going to be denied, and it just seemed like we're saying no tonight.
They have thought about this for the last 2 days. Game 7, folks. Winner takes it all. Turned over now. Cullen brings it in. Crosses. Shot off. Unlocking it. Cullen saving pass. And it went back off Andrew Ladd. Quick change for Carolina. Now it's Cullen to the outside. Dropping it back over. Trying to get by now and holding and then feeding it past the line.
Ward's one-timer gave Carolina a critical early lead and created a Caniac storm that would never subside.
We gotta get that back now. Come on, Bronx.
Now on comes Horkoff. Gives to the back. Pronger there. Drive. Pass downward. Rebound. Oh, and that's skipped off board. Good chance at the front of the net. Now it's Pronger. Drive and a diving block, and it's cleared back down and shaken up on the play, but now headed to the bench is Kevin Adams.
The faint of heart was forced to bear witness to the physical carnage, but on this night, Carolina just kept coming.
Spun around behind for Williams. Bennett on slot and Brown is blocked by Markkanen. 6 attackers has headed to bench. Cam Ward a little feet in front of the Cantor. Popped up in the air, and it went in, I believe. The Hurricanes were celebrating.
Come on, put it up there. Go, go, go. Penalty shot if it's no goal, Mike.
A penalty shot and then a penalty.
They're saying no goal.
High stick on Morrow, and then he said he touched it outside of the crease, and he didn't blow it, and then he put it inside the crease. He touched it outside the crease, but there wasn't.
After 20 minutes, the Hurricanes clung to their one-goal lead and would carry a power play into the second, but it was Pisani and the Oilers taking the advantage.
And gets loose and shoots a high one against the glass. Murray stopped by Ward.
Skate! Skate! Come on, boys!
Cullen holds it by Brown. A great save by Markkanen.
The Oilers dodged the bullet and killed the Canes' power play, but moments later, Eric Cole drew another penalty and dug Edmonton's hole deeper.
Come on, next one's ours here!
Here's a big
Caberlet doubled Carolina's lead, but the Hurricanes soon found themselves on the wrong end of a 5-on-3, and Edmonton had a plan.
Start up high, stay up high. In there? Oh, I got it. Back up. Steady.
But the Canes held fast, protecting their precious lead.
Hensky to Pronger and drives in. Tries to cover. Who's bumping in against the glove on it? Play stop.
Now they killed it off.
Good kill, boys. Good kill.
As the third period got underway, Cam Ward's shutout was still intact, but the Oilers soon ended that and found new life.
Back up with it now, Rafi Torres with a man-breaking save. More rebound, another save. Rebound, score! The Oilers have been able to cut the lead in half.
Let it go. Let it be. Big shot.
Don't throw it away down low, boys. Let's hang on to it. Make them take it from us down there. Don't throw it away.
Get it out.
Right back ahead is Morrow getting by. Save made by Ward. The centering pass by Williams blocked. Another shot by Rutherford. Back up the wing, turning along, and a shot was a rebound. Oh! Remarkable save on Torres by Ward.
Life, I think, is about moments, little snapshots here and there, and that was a moment. You know, I'm going to cherish the rest of my life.
This is something that you dream as a little kid, going back to street hockey days, pretending you were playing in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. And now that I was here, it was important to make the best of it.
Get it back across to Williams. They have been absolutely relentless. The Carolina Hurricanes have won the Stanley Cup.
Congratulations to Jimmy Rutherford, Peter Laviolette,
all the players on the Hurricanes. Rod Brindamore, I'm proud to present this to you.
You can't even describe it. I mean, we worked so hard for so long, and this is what it's all about, to be a champion. And I just can't say enough about this team. Every guy deserves it so much.
We didn't want our season to end with a loss, and unless you win the Stanley Cup, it always will. So, you know, as I said, we're the champs, and you know, I'm proud of every single guy that we played with tonight.
We came into our building, we worked hard for home ice all year, and we took advantage of it. We played a heck of a game today. Pops.
Pops, you proud of him?
Oh, hey. 2 for 2.
It feels pretty good right now. It was a lot of work. The guys played extremely well, and it feels really good to be here right now.
She looks like she played tonight.
She's had a tough night, but she's hanging in there. She's a hockey player.
Sideburns.
Leave the mustache.
There you go, lad.
This is why we win right here, boys.
Let's go, pick it up. Oh, jeez.
That's it right there.
That's all about right here. Woo!
Hey, can I grab it out?
There's the 88.
Yeah, right there. 88 Oilers.
Let's get the stashes.
When I look at that Stanley Cup picture, when it's all said and done, I'll see every one of your eyes, and I'll see everything that we've been through together as a group, and nobody will ever, ever be able to take that away from us. I love you.
I couldn't be more proud of a bunch of guys sitting behind me. You cannot find better people with more class and more professionalism to represent you. And I can't thank you guys enough for your support. And what do you say we go and try to do it again?
I am in awe of the fans in Carolina.
From the tailgating to the flags on the cars, to that building right there, and to what you did right here tonight, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2006 Stanley Cup champion, your Carolina Hurricanes.